So as we take you on this journey, you're going to learn a lot of great tidbits about this great town of Celebration, Florida. And in the town center of Celebration, Florida, there's a lovely lake. This is where people will be able to enjoy an ice cream cone as they sit on a rocking chair. Look at the beautiful views. And you know, not too far from here, you could see your children playing in the popping fountain, which is absolutely beautiful during the summer months to cool you off. The views here are just spectacular. It looks like a painting. So Celebration, Florida was intended initially to be Epcot Center.
The most exciting, the most important part of our Florida project, in fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World, will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. We call it Epcot, spelled E-P-C-O-T, Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
Very much like you see in the Magic Kingdom, there's something called forced perspective. If you walk down the main street in the Magic Kingdom, you'll see that the first floor of the building is taller than the second floor. The second floor is taller than the third floor. And what happens is that your eye plays a trick on you. You believe that the buildings are taller than they are. Well, right here in Celebration, Florida, that's what's happening with the downtown lake. The engineers decided to expand the lake to the left and to the right, and so you just feel like it's much larger than it is. Pretty brilliant, huh? Walt Disney was very adamant about wanting to do things like having alleyways behind the homes here because he didn't want the garages facing forward, because what happens? A trash can is left out and it makes it look messy. When you're going through this town, there's other Walt things as well. Winding roads versus just straight cut roads. And you're going to find lots of amenities, tennis courts, farmers markets. You're going to have playgrounds. He's going to encourage you to get out and about because there's over 50 miles of walking and biking paths around the town of Celebration, Florida. Well, if you haven't discovered Windermere, Florida, you have completely skipped a gem that's within the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle. Celebrities have found it, high-end executives have found it, my goddaughter lives here, and my best friend. And I can tell you, there's a reason why. You have the most incredible pieces of property that are available with the winding roads and the lakes that we talked about, as well as large lots. You're not going to find lots that are as large as what we're finding here, and you're going to have a lot of availability to get some privacy. Right behind us, we have a charming town hall, and you are within driving distance to the Disney theme parks. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button because we have got so much to show you about this magical area called Windermere, Florida.
So they call this the town among the lakes, and it's an obvious reason. The Butler chain of lakes features 13 different lakes that are connected by canals. And what you'll find is this is really a boater's paradise, and the reason people really came to this area was because of the lakes. So if you are in Windermere and you get a chance, make sure that you go out and see the beautiful lakes, and we're going to take a look at some of the beautiful homes on Lake Butler and throughout the Butler chain of lakes. The streets of Windermere are gravel roads that lead to the residential homes and the lakes that surround the town. With a wide variety of home styles and luxury communities, the area offers convenience to downtown Windermere and Disney.
One thing that a lot of people don't know is that there's a park, and it's called R.D. King Park. You don't necessarily have to live on the Butler chain of lakes and have a dock at your home, because that can be very, very expensive, very nice. Obviously, that would be a preference. But if you cannot afford to do that, you are able to bring your boat here. One of the comments that we get in regard to St. Cloud is they love the fact when you've got properties that aren't right up against one another. So potentially quarter acre, half acre, a lot will make a difference versus a 0 lot line. And so you're going to see a lot of people enjoying having that yard, having that she shed. I love the fact that people can have sheds out here because you're going to need it in order to be able to mow your grass. Welcome to St. Cloud. We all know now it's pretty possible for you to work out of your homes. With high-speed internet, you're able to work, and then you get to have this living environment where you can play and relax and enjoy your life. Make sure you get to visit this marina, and make sure you visit St. Cloud, Florida.
Dr. Philip Phillips came to Central Florida in 1894, and he bought an orange grove. After he got out of the citrus business, Dr. Phillips wanted to build a community where people could work, live, and play. He actually chose the perfect spot within Central Florida. We are centrally located between the theme parks of Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld, and have numerous different restaurants and shops within a close proximity. The very first commercial space is the Dr. Phillips Marketplace, which is located very close to us here. So Central Florida offers some of the finest golf courses in the world. We're here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, where you'll find some of the best golf that you can find. This is the location of the PGA tournament, the Bay Hill Invitational. This is what Arnold Palmer lived for. He owned this club, and this was a place where all of the PGA professionals came, and they knew that Arnold would be here, and they knew that they could rub elbows with one of the greatest masters of golf. This was one of the first luxury communities in Central Florida. This golf course started in 1961, and this community, as you drive through it, you'll find a number of homes that are reminiscent of that time period. Now, you can either buy a home on the golf course or on the Butler chain of lakes, and either enjoy the historic home, or as some other people have done, they've actually replaced the existing home with a brand new home on the golf course or on the lake. So if you are looking for a place where you can live, work, play, be able to have park, to have places to eat, places to shop, Dr. Phillips is a great choice. Horizon West has an interesting history. Imagine 35 years ago, as far as you can see, was nothing but orange groves. Horizon West was really about a number of different landowners who lived in the citrus business, and then came one of the worst freezes that this area has ever seen. So they lost their orange groves, they lost their orange crop. All of these different landowners, they decided that they had to put together a comprehensive plan so that they could get Orange County in the state of Florida agree to change the zoning, agree for them to be able to develop the land. So basically what Horizon West is a planned area that has 6 different villages. They wanted it to be surrounded by beautiful homes. They wanted it to be really a place where somebody could live, work, and enjoy life. And what we have here is one of the fastest growing areas in Florida.
So Horizon West area is broken up into villages, but also a town center where we've stopped in today to enjoy the Hamlin.
Yeah, the Hamlin's great. There's lots of restaurants and shopping and cool things to do. You really can do everything here. You can get your banking done, you can go to the nail spa, you can go to the grocery store or Walmart. It's just got everything.
Yeah, it's even got a Toastique, a cool trendy hipster spot where you can get your avocado toast and acai bowls.
Yeah, it's great. And the location was thoughtfully designed to maximize connections between schools, parks, and town centers. Each village of Horizon West prides itself on providing shopping, dining, and recreation.
That's spots for laser tag, simulated golf, walking trails, paintball.
Yeah, and there's also fitness studios, places of worship, healthcare facilities, pet services, salons, and spas, and so much more at your fingertips. And I'm excited to say we are in Winter Garden today. As we were driving through town, we saw stuff that you don't normally see around Central Florida. One being, we've seen a lot of golf carts. There's wonderful shops. I think Rod, my husband, is going to tell you some history of this town as well. A lot of good stuff in regard to bike paths that you can come out here and even rent a bicycle. So stay tuned. We can't wait to tell you more about this alive and vibrant city in Central Florida.
The parking garage fills very, very quickly. So we just drive around, pick people up, bring them to the market, and then we'll sit here and wait for a few minutes if anybody wants to go back to their cars, make it easier to buy produce. Nobody wants to carry a watermelon, a mile down the road. So we do that every Saturday. And then as an ambassador, because we work actually for the city, we walk around, help the vendors and the stores if they need any assistance, if they need to go to the restroom, and we can watch the store for them and just kind of give people guidance on the different things going on.
We are at the Moon Cricket Grill, and this is a building that was built in 1912. And the great thing about it is the ceilings, the floors, the walls, they're all original. All of these are from 1912, but they've added a lot of additional history to this place. If you look at the tops of the bar, you'll see that they were bowling alley lanes from the Orlando Naval Training Center, which is now Baldwin Park. You'll also notice that the light fixtures and the brass railings and even the doors came from Rosie O'Grady's from Church Street Station. So this place is full of history. I love history, and I think that you'll love Winter Garden.
You're not going to find a place like this just anywhere in Central Florida. The attic door great couches, guitars, live music. This is my kind of place. I don't know about you, but look at all the fun furniture. You can look at the cool fabric. So make sure you get a chance. It even says relax, dream, enjoy, relax, dream, enjoy. Say that a couple of times and you're going to find a lot of joy right here in Winter Garden. You got to be here in Lake Nona because it is happening, and you got to make sure that you stay tuned and see everything that we're going to talk about. This place is alive. Lake Nona is dynamic, and they have got a DJ here. They've got great people that are selling their merchandise. Did you happen to know that there's 12,000 people that live in Lake Nona? 90% of the residents here are college graduates. So, I'm feeling a little bit smarter just by myself. We are here at Boxy Park and it is happening. So if you want to come out and dance and listen to some good music and feel the joy, this is the place to go. You're not going to believe this, but I'm actually leaving this autonomous vehicle. Nobody has to drive this vehicle through Lake Nona, Florida. It's amazing. So as we're able to travel from Laureate Park down to this Boxy area, can you imagine being able to get onto a vehicle? This is a wave of the future. And that's what's happening near Disney in Lake Nona. One of the first hospitals that they opened was Nemours, and you'll see that right behind my shoulder. And one of the most beautiful things that I think I've seen is when you're driving past it, you'll see there's different colors at night for the rooms, and what they're doing is they're asking the children what color they would like to represent them. It's purple and green and blue and yellow, and they're having great success in helping our children of Central Florida.
So Reunion Resort and Champions Gate are only 1.5 miles from one another, and you're going to find some fabulous golf. So Reunion has the King, Arnold Palmer, beautiful golf course right here, the Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus, and the Huck, which is Tom Watson. 3 fabulous golf courses located here in Reunion. Champions Gate, the Great White Shark, Greg Norman, and Ledbetter. The Ledbetter Golf Academy is located and headquartered in Champions Gate, Florida.
So for those of you that love to play golf, this is the area that you want to concentrate in.
Reunion, Florida is a master planned vacation resort. So what you'll find here is that many people buy into this as a second home. Or what we're finding more recently is there are a lot of people who are moving from up north and calling this their permanent residence. Reunion has some fabulous resort amenities. Of course, there's a hotel that has a number of different restaurants. You also have Traditions, which is located on the Jack Nicklaus course. There's a water park. There's a tennis complex. You'll find miniature golf and many walking and biking trails. So this truly is a resort environment in Reunion, Florida.
We We are in beautiful downtown Orlando at Lake Eola, and we're getting ready to show you just how spectacular it is. We've seen some beautiful couples riding their bikes around this lake. It is about 0.9 miles, and they have a farmer's market on Sundays. You're going to see some swans as well. There's a Publix right here in downtown Orlando, and you know what that means. It means people live here. It's so amazing, and they are able to enjoy the lake. And where else would you want to live when you can be able to go to wonderful concerts, sporting events, and you can also go to the grocery store in order to make your meal. So anyway, downtown Orlando, it's really great. It's got a lot going on.
My God, it's beautiful. The lake, the ducks, the swan, all the beautiful amenities Florida has to offer, especially Orlando. And I wouldn't trade for any other city in the world.
Well, thank you so much for letting us be able to say hello to Minnie as well. She looks like she's ready for the sun with her sunglasses.
Yeah, she is.
I love it. Thank you, Howard.
Thank you.
So on Sundays, downtown Orlando has a farmer's market. And I understand there's at least 50 different purveyors. So we thought we would just go and shoot some of the different booths that are here.
We're very passionate about clean baking, which means no artificial flavors of any kind. We don't use any processed sugars, and all our ingredients are organic, and our flours are stone grounded flour, which means all the nutrients stay within the flour.
Talk about a small world. I'm here with our YouTube producer, and he and his wife got married in Curitiba. I'm probably slaughtering that, in Brazil. And here we are in downtown Orlando, and it talks about it being one of Orlando's sister cities.
I just really love the culture and the vibe of downtown Orlando, and I also work down here, so I have no commute, which makes it amazing. And I'm super close to many bars and restaurants and Lake Eola, so I will never have to find something to do. There will always be something fun to do. There's also scooters that you can rent, and so you can just scoot your way over to a show. Right across the street, we have the Abbey and the Florida Theatrical Association, and then 2 blocks away, we have the Dr. Phillips Center. So if you're wanting to experience any arts and culture, downtown Orlando is a perfect place for you.
Hunters Creek is one of the suburbs of Orlando, and it's been ranked by media outlets as one of the most desirable areas to live in America, nearly cracking the top 20 nationwide on CNN's list. Makes sense to me because maybe the biggest strength of Hunters Creek is its location. You're at the epicenter of all the most attractive hubs of Central Florida.
It's roughly 15 minutes to get to Disney and Universal theme parks from here. Maybe 20 minutes to downtown Orlando, or lake known as Hip Downtown, and sports amenities. This area boasts convenient access to major highways, the Turnpike 417, 528, making it super easy to travel locally and beyond.
Hunters Creek is a planned community that started 10 years before Celebration. It consists of 70 beautiful neighborhoods, each with their own unique marqueed entrance, which welcomes you home. Although Dr. Phillips was the first planned community in Central Florida, Hunters Creek followed and developed 4,000 acres near Disney into neighborhoods with numerous amenity centers, parks, lakes, conservation areas. Residents have ample opportunity here for outdoor recreation like hiking, fishing, so much to enjoy Florida's natural beauty.
It's the #1 place in all of the United States of America where people are moving to. I can guess why. There's so much going on here. There's so much land that we can build on. It's a great place to move. Osceola County, it is huge. It's 2,010 square miles. Now, to give you an idea how big that is, because as you're walking through Osceola County, Walt Disney World is 43 square miles, and that is the same size as San Francisco. So if you're looking at 2,010 square miles, you're looking at pretty much the size of a state. So welcome to Kissimmee. We have have a national monument that's right behind us in the center of Kissimmee, and it is called the Monument of States. And the story behind this is when Pearl Harbor was going on, World War II, they decided to ask for a rock from all the states, and they made this beautiful monument. There's even a rock from President Franklin D. Roosevelt that's here, but it was in unison that the country was coming together to fight what was going on with Pearl Harbor. So anyway, I just want to give a shout out to my family members who have served in the military and to say thank you to my grandfather and to my great uncle. But this is a reminder for us to never forget what happened at Pearl Harbor.
The choice for champions, that's what Claremont is known as, because it brings in some of the most world-renowned athletes because of the great training opportunities that are here. From the great weather to the outdoor opportunities with hiking, biking, all the trailheads, the lakes, and then also the National Training Center. They've got a great team out there that's ready to take care of you and your active lifestyle. One of the things this area is known for are these beautiful lakes. There's an entire chain of lakes out here with homes on it. And you also have the opportunity for public access where you can bring your boat out, have a family day. You can come out and be super active. It's just an awesome area to come out and enjoy the day. Waterfront Park, where we're at right now, is a spot where a lot of people come out to do their morning walks or their evening walks. It is a huge trail that wraps around the entire lake that you're able to come out and enjoy. There's also playgrounds, bathrooms, there's tons of amenities that are along this. They also do 5Ks and cycling. Cycling is a huge thing out here in Claremont.
We're here at Lake Louisa, which is a state park just south of Claremont. Here you'll find over 7 miles of biking trails and over 20 miles of hiking trails. They even have a thing called the Wanderlust Club, where you can pay a one-time annual fee and be able to come in and kayak and bicycle and hike and even get 2 horseback rides a year. You can even rent cabins here. They have 2-bedroom, 2-bath cabins that, from what we've seen recently, run about $120 a night with a 2-night minimum. So as you look at the rolling hills that you find up in this part of Florida, you'll find a lot of Olympic athletes actually do their training in this area. So if you're looking for a great place to live, great place to work, and if you're an outdoorsy kind of person, Claremont is the place to be.
And as far as you Iron Man and Iron Women fans, not too far from here is Mineola, and that is a real gem. They actually have one of the highest peaks in Florida. It's called Sugarloaf Mountain. And we did an interview with the mayor, Pat Kelly, and there's some resemblance to John Dutton with Yellowstone. So please be sure to subscribe and like to our Near Disney YouTube channel. Check out that interview and see how Yellowstone connects to Mineola. Honey, we decided to come back to Southern Hill Farms because, we've been talking a lot about legacy. And there was a gentleman that you were telling me the story about that really had a lot to do with this Claremont area even being what it is.
Yeah, it's very interesting. When you look at the histories of these small towns around Disney, Claremont is very unique. So in 1922, a gentleman named Edward Dinslow moved here from Ohio, and he bought 1,000 acres of land. And in order to work the orange groves, he planted oranges. And in order to work the orange groves, he brought down retired postal workers. So it's really unique, honey, that they actually had these postal workers from the north come down. And after a few years, not only did they work the land, but they had their own groves.
So you're telling me the mailman delivered?
The mailman did deliver in this case.
Well, we're so glad because this place that we're looking at right now, Southern Hill Farms, is beautiful. The other areas that we've seen in Claremont are gorgeous. And so we're going to ask everybody out there, what is your legacy? Yeah?
I like that.
Yeah, challenge. What's your legacy? Make sure that you subscribe and like to our Near Disney channel. It's on YouTube, and we're also on Instagram. And let us know if there's anything else that you'd like us to report on.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live. So what did you guys think? We're so excited to put a program together to talk about where the most successful areas that we've been selling within that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's Castle. Do we miss anything in particular? I saw somebody say, hey, what about Golden Oak? We love Golden Oak too, but we were going by volume of the number of people that were buying in those areas. But we would love to help anybody with Disney's Golden Oak. Obviously, we know that area very well too. Well, if we don't have any more questions, we just want to wish you continued blessed December. Don't forget, in the Town of Celebration, they make it snow every night. So come to Downtown Celebration. Maybe we'll see you. That's where our office is. And if there's ever any real estate things that we can help you with, my dream team would love to do so. My number right here is 407-808-9845. 407-808-9845. I'm one of the owners of Florida Motion Realty, and we work the Central Florida market and the beach areas as well. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and like to Near Disney YouTube, and hopefully we'll see you on some of our upcoming shows. We do a show on Monday night at 7 p.m. We do another show Wednesday night at 7 p.m. That's my Realtor Dream Team. And then on Fridays, we have an evergreen show. So hopefully it was helpful. Give me a call if you have any questions. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.